The rise to fame. Ethan Cross woke up to the sound of his phone buzzing nonstop. He groggily reached for it, still adjusting to the blinding sunlight streaming through the massive windows of his penthouse. Penthouse. He sat up, confused. Just yesterday, he had fallen asleep in his cramped studio apartment. But now, the room was luxurious. Black leather furniture, a grand piano near the window, and walls covered with platinum records. His phone kept vibrating with dozens of missed calls and unread messages. Ethan, your album hit #1 overnight. Dude, your concert sold out in minutes. You're on every news channel. Call me. Ethan's heart pounded. Was this real? He rushed to the mirror and saw himself, still the same person, but sharper, more confident. It was as if success had sculpted a new version of him. He turned to the bedside table and froze. A black business card with a silver snake symbol lay there. The devil's reminder. A dream turned nightmare. Weeks passed, and Ethan was living the life he had always wanted. Sold-out concerts, screaming fans, magazine covers. He was a superstar. Everything the stranger had promised had come true. But something felt off. It started with the whispers. At first, they were barely audible, creeping in during quiet moments when he was alone in his dressing room or staring into the mirror too long. Then came the dreams, dark, twisted visions of faceless crowds, chanting his name in voices that sounded like echoes from another world. And then, the stranger returned. The devil collects his due. Ethan was in his recording studio when the lights flickered. The temperature dropped, and a familiar voice slithered through the air. Enjoying your success? Ethan turned. The man in the black suit stood by the door, smiling like a shadow that had finally caught up. Ethan's throat went dry. What do you want? The man chuckled, stepping closer. You didn't think this was free, did you? Ethan's heart pounded. You said you wanted nothing for now. Yes. The man grinned. And Naub has arrived. The shadows in the room seemed to stretch toward Ethan, wrapping around him like invisible chains. He tried to move, but his body felt like stone. What do you want? He gasped. The man leaned in, his voice a whisper laced with amusement. A performance. The final show. That night, Ethan was scheduled to perform at the biggest venue of his career, a stadium packed with over 100,000 fans. But as he stepped onto the stage, he felt an unseen force tighten around him. The moment he strummed his guitar, the whispers returned, louder than ever. The faces in the crowd blurred, their eyes glowing like embers in the dark. And then he saw them. Among the fans stood figures dressed in black, their smiles unnaturally wide. Their voices merged with the song, chanting his name in a slow, haunting rhythm. Ethan tried to stop playing, but his fingers moved on their own. The music wasn't his anymore. It belonged to something else. The devil watched from the shadows, smiling. The price of fame. As the final note echoed through the stadium, Ethan felt his body weaken. He dropped to his knees, gasping for breath. The crowd roared, but their voices sounded distorted, like a distant, eerie hum. The man in black stepped forward, now standing right beside him on the stage, unseen by the audience. Your time is up, Ethan, he whispered. Ethan turned, eyes wide with terror. No, please. Just one more song. One more album. The man tilted his head. Isn't that what they all say? The lights went out, and when they turned back on, Ethan Cross was gone. His name would be whispered in the halls of legend, his music played for generations. But no one would ever know the truth. In the empty stadium, a black business card lay on the stage, the silver snake symbol gleaming under the lights. The devil had collected his due. The end.